So today I had a very good, or not today, 2 days ago. This is Wednesday. I recorded this video. Um, is basically gonna be something that I haven't seen a lot of people do, and I feel like enough people haven't been talking about how broken this offense is. But basically, we're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna just go right into the video. I'm basically doing a voiceover of this because my audio wasn't being recorded. So yeah, so now I'm kind of just looking at the video and doing a voiceover. But yeah, pretty much we're gonna be running this play over and over again blindfolded. As simple as that. We got the blindfold here, playing like this, and we're just going to be, yeah, pretty much the only thing I'm allowed to do is I'm allowed to make my pre-snap adjustments with looking. Obviously, I want to make my adjustments with looking, so I can remember what buttons are which. And I can obviously take as much time as I need to read the defense before I snap it. But right before I snap it, I have to obviously cover my face. And on defense, we're going to be running base cover 4 with very few adjustments. We're not allowed to change any zones. And we're not allowed to man anybody up. It's basically just shade underneath to cancel match. I can show blitz sometimes, right? But I'm not abusing it. So that's pretty much our whole game plan here. And the reason I'm doing this is because this play is broken. Everyone I play is running it, so I figured it'd be really funny to just do it. I thought it was a really funny video idea. I think it really ended up being a really funny idea. Now, at first I was mad that the audio didn't record, but I think it's honestly not that bad to look at it from an outside view, and watch the video back. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing. It's basically to show, because I played 16 games of this mode at this point. I won the first one, then got knocked out in the last playoff game before the Super Bowl. And those are my runs before this. And out of the 16 games, 13 of them were running this play over and over again. And just obviously the defense is a little different depending on like their skill level. Sometimes it's in a blitz, sometimes they wouldn't. Whatever kind of blitz. I'm never gonna hate a person for running a blitz. I get it, except for the 6-1 one. The 6-1 does need to be patched a little bit, but I'm not gonna go over that. But yeah, basically this guy dotted me up the first time. He takes a hit stick here with Bo Nix, which is a little insane to me, but whatever. But this guy wasn't too bad. He's a TTV guy, so I'm figuring he plays this game enough, right? He's not bad. I have won a Super Bowl. I feel like at this point I've noticed that the skill level seemed a little different after I won my first bowl, because I only got better, and I felt like my opponents got better as well. So I don't know. So this guy seemed pretty good, but yeah. So we can obviously look when we're playing defense, because I'll never know when the play is over. I can have sound cues. I didn't have sound cues for this game, but I did have controller vibrations cues, so I could you can feel your controller vibrate and tell if you broke a tackle or if you got tackled. That was actually, I didn't think that would be as good as it was, but it was actually really accurate, so that was good. But yeah, it was really accurate, because you get like a slight vibration if you break a tackle, and you get like a really hard vibration if you get sacked or tackled. So that was nice. But yeah, I mean, we held him to 3 running base cover. Yeah, at this point he didn't miss a single pass, by the way. We stopped his run game. And sacked him. We didn't get a single stop in general of passing, like other than the one sack, which is insane. Sending 3 with an only 3 down line set is insane, to think that I was actually letting up more passes than I was runs, right? That's the point of the defense. It's a little crazy how that defense is good run D as well, but yeah, I'm not gonna go deep into that. Maybe I will later in the video of how dumb it is, but yeah, basically we're going to be talking about this offense. This offense is filthy. It is so broken. Now, I would say I'm trying to make this video to not give the middle finger to people who spam it all the time, because I do understand if you don't have a lot of time to get good at the game, right? You're gonna want to find like the easiest thing to run, and I totally get that. Like if you play like an hour every few days, you don't play that much, you don't have a lot of time. I get it, bro. Do it. Go ahead. Especially defensive metas. Like I get defensive metas, man. I run defensive metas myself, because defense is just hard, man. Like if you freestyle or a different formation that's just bad, you're looking at frustration, so I totally understand meta defenses. Like, I'll never get mad at that, except for the 618 gap. That one's frustrating. But yeah, I mean, we're just basically throwing. All right, this one I will explain. This one I will do this several times in the video. I had never had an intention to throw the vertical. That was strictly there as a clear out for the post. And the reason I kept throwing it was because I had the motion in the play. And I really wanted to throw the motion, but I physically couldn't get the timing down. I just couldn't get it. Like, you can see, you can read my lips. I'm trying to read I'm really trying to count how many seconds. I kept thinking it was 3. Then I noticed it wasn't working, so I tried 4 seconds. And then I tried 5, and it still wasn't working. And then I was like, I don't want to go all the way up to 6 because I don't want to read it late, and I can't tell if it's not inputting or if I'm late, right? Because I can only replay so much. So I just started taking it out at a point, or just not running as much. But yeah, you can see, for example, I knew I got sacked there. It was a long vibration. Whoa, voice crack. But yeah, I started speeding up the pre-snap reads, by the way, because it took me a while to make a pre-snap read. I'm not even gonna lie, like, I was making pre-snap reads for a while. Yeah, you can look at that play. That play, I really thought I did something there. I was trying to pass lead it, because I didn't pass lead much unless I knew it was going to be a reason for it. That one I pass led it because I knew I was going to be running into a user, because he knew I needed a lot of yards. That's the furthest yardage gain right there, so I knew he was going to be going for it. So I did want to kind of throw it away from him. That was way more aggressive than my intent. I meant to just back shoulder it. I did not mean to completely change my trajectory. Kind of a fluke. I'm not going to lie. Kind of a fluke. But as you can see me in the bottom left, I really wish you guys could hear some of this because I'm going on a long rant right now. You can look at how much clock goes by as I'm ranting. It's so funny, dude, because I'm just mad. I have an 80% completion rating, and my only incompletion was to a pass that I couldn't get the timing down on the motion. And that pass, I'm pretty sure, would have been open to the motion. So I was just like, yeah, I was tight. Again, I did it again. I threw a pick here. That's the downside of being blind. So, like, keep in mind now, imagine I had vision and it wasn't just pre-snap adjustments. That's also that right there. See, I should have, like, paused a little more in this video, but I want to keep it rolling. That right there, here, we'll go 10 seconds back here. Or 20 seconds. Right, so we are in base cover 4. And the reason why I think it is actually a decent defense this year outside the run game. Should never be that good, the run defense, but is that you can switch sticks so freely. It is so free. It's so good. Normally I do run a lot of cover 4 if they're in a spread form, but a lot of the time I will audible to a cover 6 or a cover 3, like 3 deep quarters and then an open side somewhere, because I just don't think they're going to throw that side, so I just leave it wide open. And yeah, that's pretty much like, I was still trying to get that timing down. I was still early. I was able to throw it, but it was super early. So now I'm just like, man, what happened? You know, I looked at the replay. I think I cut it out, but I have a replay button on my thing, so. But yeah, we're throwing dots, man. Like, look at that. Like, look at this, bro. All I have to do is count to 3 seconds and it's wide open. I know this guy isn't running like a meta defense here, but you guys will see one later on in this video. He's going to start sending some heat, and he's going to be playing a lot better defense come the end of this video. And I think he honestly does. I think he starts doing it by the end of this drive. He starts realizing that something's off here. I think he starts realize. I don't think he obviously is never going to assume that I'm blindfolded, but he definitely thinks something wrong. I mean, like, I'm playing like he's playing Sam Darnold or something, and he's seeing ghosts, or he's not seeing anything. But yeah, he starts sending heat in different formations. So yeah, we still got a completion there, keep in mind, because our pre-snap reads, we knew he was in man at that point, and it's really hard to man up a tight end. So once he starts getting in man, I'm throwing to my tight end a lot. So here, you know, he's not a man because you can tell based off his corner. His corner is playing his own. Obviously that's not a shade, right? That's a base play. So no one runs base man, and if he is, I don't know what the hell he's doing. So yeah, that's basically it. We spent a whole lot of time. Every time, this guy probably got mad because I was taking at least 7. I was taking like 20 seconds per pre-snap. So this guy was probably a little annoyed, but he'll understand if he ever sees this video. I don't think he will, but if he does, I apologize, my man, to put you on blast. I was going to block it out, but I figured it was more funny if I showed it. So I apologize, Yayo. good man, you know, whatever. But here you can see he starts running mug, right? He starts sending 6 mug. So this is actually one clip I want to show you because this does look fluky, but I promise you this is huge brain right here. So this is what took me a long time to pre-snap audible, right? I left it 15 seconds on the clock, or 15 seconds on the whatever the clock. I don't know what it's called, but basically you can tell that this guy's shaded in man. All right, he's having a hard time shading this guy. I don't think because shading tight ends doesn't really work based on my previous experience of trying to run man, unless he manually shaded him outside. But it's not that aggressive, so I couldn't really tell. I had a really strong feeling that he was going to user my running back there. I figured the zig could be open, but I don't like how zigs run against man sometimes, because you'll get the occasional he follows you outside, and then he boxes you out inside. And then you just get like a weird animation. So I didn't want to throw that. So I knew basically my only read here was Mike Evans. I didn't think I'd have enough time for Kittle. And if it was, he could use that as well. So my basic read here was pretty much snap throw. Give it like a second and throw inside. Because man coverage, if you shade that inside, he is going to follow that. Like 100%. He's going to mirror that. It's going to be dumb. So if you just throw it back shoulder, you're either going to catch it or you're going to drop it. Shouldn't be an interception. He's never going to be closer to the quarterback than you are. So that's pretty much my whole goal there. And executed beautifully, by the way. Executed beautifully. You can see he follows me inside. He's way too aggressive inside. We back shoulder it. Boom. Wide open. Touchdown. Right? You look at me right now. I am more mad than I am happy right here. Because I'm like, bro, this is bad. I'm thinking in my head, I might be changing something here. Like, I might be putting EA on blast for this play. Whoever put this play in the game, you're a demon, bro. You gotta work for Andy Reid or like Dan Campbell or something, bro. Because you are a demon for putting this play in the game, bro. This is disgusting work, man. It's a disgusting formation in itself. You don't even have to run this play for it to be good. But the reason for this play being this good, now we're on offense again because obviously he didn't do anything after half. So the clock just ran out. But the big reason for this is obviously the motion's nice, but a lot of it's the zig in on the play and the tight end flex, because since he's flexed outside, he is more of a threat. Like it's harder to guard that, right? Now we threw X again because we tried to do the motion again. I don't know why I thought it would work. Because I just haven't gotten it to work the whole time. I tried adding a second to it, still late. So I was like, all right, we gotta start making more adjustments here, bro. We gotta get a little freaky. Right? So we're just doing the basic adjustments, right? I'm not doing no. Now I can't even try to do a flood concept, because I just won't have time for that. I'm gonna throw a pick. It's hard to throw a flood concept against man, because a lot of it requires pass leading based off the corner position. So it's kind of tough. So I wasn't willing to do that. I was pretty much just doing basic adjustments here. I don't know why I didn't run this more. This worked very, very well. I was just really worried about his user. For that example alone, he overran that like crazy. I don't know what he was thinking. He should have picked me off on that, but it was just terrible user skill there, I guess. I don't know. Unless he just didn't think it was going to be that tight of a throw there. But yeah, and then here I do try to throw the flat route. I think. I'm pretty sure I threw the flat route here. I wanted to hit the tight end at some point, but I did want to save it for when I was on the weak side. No, I did throw it. Oh, yeah, I did throw it. Yeah, you're right. I did throw that. Yeah, I don't know why I threw that. I thought it would get a little more open, but I should have done it in the opposite hash. It normally doesn't work that well in that hash. But, yeah, we go dive there. Gronk, shout out Gronk for being 99 jumping or something, or whatever he is. He's got insane jumps, insane verts. Yeah, and this guy starts dotting me up. He starts putting them deep hooks in there, like somewhat deep. He's really trying to beat my coverage right now. He knows I'm in cover 4, so this guy's doing everything in his power to stop it. Then yeah, this is when I should have gone to mug, but I didn't want to break the rules of my defense, right? I didn't want to break the rules. I knew I had to be in cover 4 base, so I could either be in mug, I could either be in 6-1, or I could be in dollar. So that was kind of just like what the cards I was dealt there. There's no cover 4 and mug that I can recall, so I had to just deal with it. I had to just stick in 6-1 and pray. So yeah, that was kind of tough. But you can see this guy's just trying to send heat at me. He knows something's going on, or he thinks this is just really good defense, which it kind of is. honestly pretty decent defense. It's pretty tough, but when you're playing motion wide post, it's not. It's really just not. I mean, to be fair, there's really no good defense for motion wide post, so there's only so much you can do because that tight end is just so lethal in man coverage. It's actually crazy. Oh yeah, here's a good example. I could tell I broke the tackle because it was a very quick vibration. It was a very quick vibration. Because I tested this out in practice mode beforehand, and crazy, man, crazy. Now this is where I wanted to do it. I had a lot more space on the outside, so I knew he would have a hard time shading that in man. That was, dude, this is actually hilarious. I thought I was running straight on this. I knew I was going to throw it. I knew I was going to have to kind of get around a DB. I was okay with only gaining 10 yards if I did, or like 8 yards or whatever after the catch, but I knew I'd be having to swerve a little bit. I thought I was running vertical. And I think if I did run vertical the whole time, I would have been caught. So that angle was actually not bad. So it worked out. I juked him out blindfolded, which is pretty cool. So dumb. Yeah, that's when you can see me laughing now because I watched the replay. I replayed it. I cut it out, but because I edited the video and trimmed the video before this, but here's another example, right? Of man coverage having a hard time guarding the post. So you can see. So let me see my pre-snap adjustments here. So he presses. So again, I'm not close enough to really throw this slant. And it also wasn't as aggressive of a inside shade as I thought it would be. This honestly doesn't even look like a shade. It also just looks pretty base. But I couldn't really tell. It was really weird. So I just knew my only read here was the tight end. Hold on. Let's see if I can. You can see his users running around. I know his users here. And basically this was a pray that he doesn't guard this post. That's pretty much it. I mean, I knew he was going to beat it himself. I was strictly praying that he didn't user it, because if he did user it, it would have been a pick. But thank God, because this would have been the easiest pick of his life if he decided to guard this himself. He shaded underneath, and yeah, he only had the safety on him, so that's never going to be manned up. Safeties can't man up a tight end. That's why tight end routes are so lethal against man coverage. I mean, sometimes they will. I still don't really know what the difference is, because I have shaded outside for a post. I have manually pulled my safety more outside and shaded him out individually outside, and the post will still get open. I've shaded inside. Post is still open. I don't really get it. I don't really know what stops it, but I've seen people stop it before, so and keep in mind, all of this is with Calvin Johnson with like 95 man, so it's weird. You can see me, I'm crashing out, by the way. I forgot to mention that. If you guys look in that bottom left, I'm crashing out. I threw my chair. I'm crashing out because this is so broken, and it's still in the game, and I am driving blindfolded. I am winning this game. It is crazy, right? So I was running the 6-1 cover 4, because people still run 6-1 cover 4. It's 50-50 if they'll run 6-1 cover 4 or if they will run dollar, like 2-3 or 1-4 or 3-2-3 Sam or whatever in cover 4. So yeah, that's what I was doing pretty much the whole time. Was just doing, I run the 6-1, sometimes I'd be in the other, but I wasn't sending a blitz. I wasn't doing the A-gap blitz because I know a lot of people aren't capable of doing that, or they don't know how to do it. So I'm just not even doing it, right? I'm just going to keep it as base, as brain numbed, as whatever as I can. Basically playing like your average fake opponent. And yeah, there we go. Rage quit. Now the reason, like, there's a lot of reasons for this. For example, why I made this video is way too many people I've played that I know are not great at the game that are running this, and they're dominating. Which is, I get it, but you gotta get your own scheme, man. Like, this is bad. In an offensive mode, in an offensive game, this is probably the most offensive game we have had since Madden 20 Eric Dickerson, I would say, where you can run as many playbooks as you want. There have been, like, in the MCS top 8, 7 of them were running different playbooks from each other. So there's only one playbook that was ran by 2 people and everyone else is single. It's insane. And people are still running the same offense. So that's what kind of drives me a little nuts about it. I played someone earlier today before I'm recording this voiceover because this is a different day. I played a guy who ran it, and he was saying it was because I was blitzing. So I said, I'm not gonna run blitz anymore. If you don't run trips, tight end, flex, he's like, bet. He's like, easy. I'd be good without it, right? I don't need it. He went 0 for 7, 2 interceptions, and then went right back into it and started sending blitzes, and I still beat him, right? It's just because that's all I need is like 2 stops. That's how much the average Joe needs. I'm not insane at this game. I want to keep in mind. I want to let you guys know I'm not insane at this game. I'm a very average player. I think I'm above average for sure. Like I do think I'm in like a 1 to 2 percentile, but I'm not like by any means competitive. I just play this game a lot. That's pretty much it. I do content on it. So that's why I want to go over it. I'm not going to keep rambling. I'm not going to chew your ear off. I might drop a second video of me breaking it down a little bit more of, like detail of why I ran it, but I don't know. I might not. But, yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, come check me out on Twitch. Come, look at my YouTube videos, my other YouTube videos. Drop a follow, drop a like. Get that engagement up, man. And appreciate y'all if you made it this far. If you made it this far, you're good. Hope to see you around, and have a good one. Peace.